Creating a Marble Madness clone 3D game. In this section, we'll cover creating a complete 3D game from scratch. We'll use physics forces to move our character. We'll add rigid body obstacles, win-loss conditions, and extra polish. 3D project setup. In this video, we'll cover taking the inspiration for a new game project and translating that into key concepts. Planning a 3D game. The inspiration for our new game is the 1980s classic Marble Madness. We'll call our game Crazy Ball, and here's a simple mock-up graphics of the major game elements. Things we'll borrow from the original: 3D, physics motion with input, physics collisions, time limit, and a minimalistic, futuristic art style. The rules of Crazy Ball will be like this: race to the finish within the time limit to win, collect coins for points, navigate through the level design with movable and immovable objects. The physics breakdown is we'll be moving using rigid body add force. We'll collect coins with on collision events, and we'll get the event of when we reach the finish line using on trigger. The task breakdown will be 3D project setup, creating the characters and input, creating the obstacles, adding win-loss conditions, and finally adding extra polish with sounds and animation. Package installation. Building this type of game does not require any extra packages. However, I've chosen to use a couple to help us. If you want to follow along, these are necessary. However, note that this is already done for you in our course demo project. These instructions are only if you want to start a new project completely from scratch, outside of our work, and get these same features. First, we'll use Cinemachine to track the camera following our ball. Next, we'll use ProGrids to help snap the objects as we're laying out and doing level design. 3D project setup. Here's the task breakdown for our first setup. This is a screenshot which represents our final target. We'll add the ground, we'll add the background, and we'll add the Crazy Ball prefab. Then we'll set up the Cinemachine camera to follow our Crazy Ball. For the project, we'll open up Section 6, Video 1, and the scene Crazy Ball 01. We'll open up our Crazy Ball 1 scene. We see we've got the Crazy Ball and some background elements, and of course our camera's looking at the Crazy Ball. So if we look at the environment, we see a lot of similar things to our other scenes, including we've got a floor here, and then we have a copy of the floor used as the background, just to have something behind it. We zoom into the Crazy Ball, we see we've just got a textured ball, nothing too great there yet. But something new is this virtual camera. So let's learn how to set up a virtual camera using Cinemachine. So I'll delete the camera, the virtual camera, and the Crazy Ball, and we'll create these from scratch. Okay, so we'll create a new 3D object sphere for our ball. We'll put it more or less in the center of the world. Maybe a little bit off the ground. Great. Then we'll create a new Unity camera. And then something new, we're going to create a Cinemachine virtual camera. Once we do that, onto the camera, it's automatically added a Cinemachine brain. Now, the Unity camera will be driven by the Cinemachine system instead. And the beauty of that is that these cameras come with a lot of functionality. We'll do some tweaking on this virtual camera. We'll have it follow our sphere, and we'll have it look at our sphere. Then down here we can choose some options. We'll have the body be offset using a transposer, and we'll have the aim follow by a composer. Now the offset, we just turn it a little bit up. Maybe we want to back off a little bit or zoom in. You can tweak that to the way that you want. Then down here in the composer, we can choose to track the object a little high or a little low or just dead in the center. And that's all that we have to do. Now when we play the scene, we can take that sphere manually and we can move it around. And you can see that the Cinemachine follows it perfectly.